To start this exciting second half of action here on Football Night in Mcallen. We're all tied 28-28 as we get ready to start the third quarter. You can see the Mcallen Memorial Mustangs 4-3 on the year, including 3-2 in district play, right there in their navy blue jerseys here at home. And it's also band parent night, as you might have seen at halftime. They recognized all the band parents for all the terrific work and sacrifice that they make, and of course the band kids, all the practices they have, and congratulations to the Memorial Band for Division I rating as Pigskin the week before this game. And you can see Weslaco East right there getting ready to start this second half. And whoa, in that first half, Mario, everybody pretty much did what they wanted to do. These two teams combined for 27 first downs in the first half, 15 for East and 12 for Memorial. Passing yards, 75 for East, including a touchdown. Mustangs didn't need to pass because they rushed for over 300 yards in the first half. That puts them on a 600-yard pace, which is just unbelievable, just off the charts. And of course, total yardage there actually about even. Penalties, not much on either team. Neither team had turnovers. Neither team punted in the first half. And then another interesting stat, third down conversions. Wildcats 7 for 7 in the first half. That is very rare. And then the Mustangs 1 for 2 on third down. And the one time they didn't make it, that led to their 43-yard field goal attempt that went off the crossbar. Almost was good. And the Wildcats actually came back, and they had a 43-yard field goal on the last play of the half. That was no good, and that's where we are, 28-28. So maybe it's justice here that this game be tied as we hit the second half of action, and Memorial will be kicking off. The Wildcats will receive. Wildcats will be advancing toward the north end zone. They'll be going from right to left. You see it on the screen, and back there to receive number 3, Tommy Maldonado, who caught a touchdown pass in the second quarter. And here's an onside kick attempted by Memorial, the second of the game, and this time, the Mustangs looked like they had it for a moment. Ball is still loose, and let's see who has it. And Memorial comes up with the football. It's 32, Lucas Rios. Looked like Memorial had it, then lost it, then maybe got it back. And Rios, the man there, as they get the onside kick. And boy, the Mustangs rolling the dice in this game.
Bill Littleton, the IB risk taker for our baccalaureate program, all about taking risk. Second time tonight that Coach Bill Littleton is willing to take that risk. Big play.
So Memorial gets the ball and Weslaco territory at the 45-yard line. They'll hand this off straight ahead. It's going to be bottled up at the line of scrimmage. Looked like Corel Alonso there with the football. And just about everybody in East contributing to the tackle, including 68, Kristen Cardenas.
The second half, Mark, is going to be simple. What kind of adjustments have the defenses made in the second half is going to be the big key here, because pretty much the first half was all about the offenses.
Seems like in this game, you can just get one stop or two stops on defense. That might be enough to shift the balance. Mustangs 2nd and 9 at the Wildcat 44. Going to toss it left. That's Spates. Spates darts back inside, is hit, still fighting his way forward, and still going as he looks like he's close to the first down. In fact, does have the first down. Boy, talk about second, third, and fourth effort there by the sophomore running back.
The balance and the strength. And Coach Littleton talk about that. The difference between him this year as a sophomore and last year as a freshman is about 15 pounds and stronger and quicker. And if he continues that progress, we'll definitely have some college scouts here next year and the following year, his senior year.
Mustangs go with tight end to the right side, receiver to the right. They'll toss it right. That's Spates, who will come back inside and fight his way up to about the 30-yard line, a gain of 3 on the play.
Tackle right there on defense by Wildcat, Agustin Morales. He's probably happy that he'll be able to tell somebody someday that he stopped Trevor Spates for only looks like a 3-yard gain.
Ramiro Mendoza also helping in there on the tackle. 2nd down and 7. Just over 10 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Memorial had scored by this point in the first half. They had a 2-play drive to start the game. Here they toss it to Spates, has room through the middle and is up close to the 20 and has another first down. The Mustangs continue to just motor that football right down the field.
Right down the middle, and Trevor Spates has no problem. It doesn't matter to him where he goes to gain his yardage. Many running backs with his type of speed and quickness, they like to go outside the hash marks, but he doesn't have any problems running the ball up the middle.
Yeah, you saw him exhibit good patience on that last carry, and was good enough for 8 yards and a first down. We're at the Wildcat 22 now, 9.5 to play third quarter. Alonso, the fullback, crosses the 20 up to about the 18-yard line, and he's brought down by number 42, John Adame.
We know in the first half, Alonso having one of his better games. It'll be a 2nd and 7. But Alonso, you can't forget about him, and you can't forget about Jonathan Sanchez, because when the Wildcats defense did that, they got touchdowns in the first half.
Yeah, Alonso actually scoring twice in the first half, and Sanchez scoring also on about a 30-yard run. Spates has the other touchdown. Wing right, tight end left. They're going to go fullback. Alonso breaks a tackle, hit again, surges forward all the way to the 5-yard line, and it'll be first and goal. What a burst there for Alonso. You can see Coach Marcus Kaufman, the offensive coordinator, happy about that. As number 10, Aseo Garza checks out.
Thomas Rodriguez on the right side of the line. Center Anthony Esparza opening up those holes.
The Mustangs, I'll spot this at the 5. First and goal. 2 tight ends. They actually got an unbalanced line to the left. They run this over right guard to Spates, and Spates is in. Touchdown. Touchdown, Mustangs. Spates has his 2nd score of the night and his 17th touchdown of the year. And the Mustangs, who have never trailed in this game, now go ahead 34-28. 8:37 to go.
The thing fancy about that play, Mark, is pretty much this power up the middle by Spates.
The extra point attempt is up, and it is no good. I thought it might have gotten through, but it did not. It was wide to the right. And the Mustangs now 4 for 5 on their extra point tries. As we take another look at the touchdown run there by Spates from 5 yards out. The Mustangs lead at 34-28, 8:37 to play here in the third quarter. You're watching Football Night in Mcallen right here on MITV. That scoring drive, 7 plays, 45 yards for the Mustangs. We take a look at the touchdown.
Replay, Mark. Trevor Spates, give him a little bit of a hole, lowers the helmet, dives, gets there real fast. He could have actually run that ball in from maybe 8 to 9 yards out. And the call by Bill Littleton to go ahead and start the second half. We take a look at Coach Bill Littleton. Big call right there to start up the second half, knowing that the Wildcats were having no problem scoring, but Coach Littleton willing to take that risk.
Yeah, the Mustangs onside kick, take it 45 yards, 7 plays, took 3:23, and Spates' 2nd touchdown. A mishandle on the kickoff at the goal line, but the Wildcats recover. That's Maldonado. Maldonado out to the 15-yard line. So Weslaco East will get their worst starting field position in this game. They are 85 yards away from the end zone. They trail 34-28, but Weslaco East scoring touchdowns on 4 of their 5 possessions in the first half. And really the 5th possession ended with them kicking a field goal on the last play of the half. That was forced because of the clock winding down.
The Mustangs had several opportunities in the first half to have some stops, and they fell short.
Here on 1st and 10, Wildcats run this forward for a gain of about 3. Denied there by the defensive tackle, Patrick Ohiaga. Big senior, weighs 270 pounds. You see him here on the replay. He's just going to grab Cuellar and just pull him back.
And Mark, it appears that the Wildcats are a very simple offense. There's a couple of plays, pitch outs, and the surprising element has been the passing attack. But to me, it seems like the defense for the Mustangs has an easier time of making adjustments.
And now Maldonado, you can see, turns. He's in that slot position, turns and faces the quarterback. This might be something where they lateral to him. It's not. They're going to just toss this to the left, and that's Cuellar. Picks up a block, first down and more, out past the 30 to about the 33 before Garza pushes him out of bounds along with Cody Stites.
And there was a simple pitch out to the left. And a lot of blockers in front. There's not much the Mustangs could do on that one. It looks like the Wildcat offense overloads and they run in that direction. So Mark, who's going to be the first defense that has the first stop of the game? And that might be the team that wins.
Indeed. 7.5 to play in the third quarter. Mustangs up 34-28. Tight end to the right. And they hand this off. Straight ahead, Cuellar breaks a tackle, still going. Runs into the official, keeps on going in the Mustang territory. Motors his way all the way to the Mustang 47-yard line. It's a pickup of 20 yards.
No problem for Cuellar. He should be already in the 1,000 yard. He came into this game with 839 yards. What a shifty runner. Quick. Has good vision. Makes the right cuts. Good play on defense there. A little late, but still making the play was Michael Garza.
Yeah, Garza's had a busy night from his safety spot. Weslaco East now up to 288 yards on the ground after 15-yard and 20-yard runs by Cuellar. And here he is again, toss left, fighting his way across the Mustang 40 up to the 38-yard line. He's going to be about a yard short of the first down.
And maybe it's a good time to mention some of those offensive linemen. Sergio Morales, Armando Martinez, Terry Dicky, Jaime Galvan, and Jesus Martinez, that offensive line, just having a whale of a night.
Several Mustangs there in on the tackle, including Stites and Rios, the linebackers. 9-yard pickup for Cuellar. Not sure how many yards he has tonight, but as a team, they're at 297. Here's Rivas, who's had a big night on the ground, has a first down and more, all the way up to about the 20-yard line. And quarterback sneak for 18 yards.
And Mark, all night long, the tackle right there was Jesus Ozuna and Michael Garza, but all night long, we're just calling out a lot of defensive backs and a lot of safeties on the tackle because most of the tackles are being done after 5-yard gains.
Yeah, Rivas and Cuellar especially having unbelievable nights. Both teams combined now are at about 650 yards, more than 650 yards on the ground combined in this game. Cuellar this time is held to a short gain inside the 20 up to about the 18-yard line, pickup of 2. It'll be second down and 8 on the play for the Wildcats. And here's a score update after 3 quarters of play. Mcallen Bulldogs leading the Weslaco Panthers 26-7 in a battle of two teams that are both 5-0 in District 31 5A. So the winner will have sole possession of first place with 2 games to go. The loser will be still in second place, still in a pretty good spot.
And anytime you can go into Weslaco Panther territory and lead 26-7 after 3 quarters, that means you have a pretty good team.
And by the way, Memorial and Mackay be our next game to feature here as we see Cuellar rolling to the right side, breaks tackles and is in for the touchdown. And so Cuellar pulls his way in from 18 yards out in his second touchdown of the night. And we're all tied 34-34, and East with a chance to take their first lead of the evening.
A good offensive line, the Wildcats, and then you put in Saul Cuellar. What a nice running back he is. What a combination. Lethal, both of them.
That drive going 3 minutes, 33 seconds near the extra point. Up, and it is good. And Weslaco East has taken the lead for the first time. After Memorial had missed an extra point, East comes back with an 85-yard drive in 7 plays. Saul Cuellar, the workhorse on that drive, as you see him here from 18 yards out, breaking tackles left and right, and with fierce determination gets into the end zone. And his team now leads at 35-34 with 5 minutes, 4 seconds to play here in the third quarter.
He actually broke 3 tackles.
And that was an 85-yard drive, their longest drive of the evening.
How much time did it take off the clock, Mark?
Not much, 3 minutes and 33 seconds. And it was all runs.
Well, Coach Littleton has rolled the dice twice. I'm wondering if Coach Burgett is willing to do that.
These two teams are almost at 700 yards rushing on the ground. It's combined. This unbelievable offensive show by both of these 31-5A powers. Here's the kickoff. Going to be fielded at the 2-yard line. Is dropped, but picked up by Orly Salazar and runs it ahead up the middle at the 15, the 20, spins his way up to about the 29-yard line. Salazar has done a good job on the kickoff return tonight. The Mustangs have good field position again with just under 5 minutes to play in the third.
And after Salazar dropped the ball, I thought he was in trouble. He actually did a good job at least to bring the ball out. Decent field position for 25 yards after we take a look at the replay. Made a good decision. And I don't know if you noticed that Trevor Spates stayed behind in case of a fumble or something. He would be there to act as a defensive player.
Juan Aguiano making the tackle there. It's actually at the 25, not the 29, as Sanchez will keep it, and he breaks some tackles and now has room in the open field. First down and more, up to the 40, and then forced out of bounds at the 42-yard line, a pickup of 17 yards. And both of these teams just loaded with offensive fireworks here in this game.
Fireworks and all kinds of gadget plays. You expect Spates or Alonso to get the ball, and all of a sudden they throw you another card here with Jonathan Sanchez.
This is unreal. A first down for the Mustangs after a 22-yard run by the quarterback, and here's Alonso, the fullback, straight up the middle and carries it across midfield into Wildcat territory up to about the 46. It's a gain of 7.
Pretty much, Mark, what would you call now? It looks like any play you call works. So Coach Kaufman can call whatever he wants to. Alonso's probably having his best game. And then you can always give it to Trevor Spates or even Jonathan Sanchez. And you still have DJ Johnson, the receiver, that very dangerous receiver.
Second down and 3 for the Mustangs. They've got a split backfield. Sanchez under center. Will toss this to the right to Spates. Has the fullback lead block. Spins his way after he's hit up to about the 43-yard line. A pickup of only 3. It'll be 3rd and short.
No, I think he did get the first down, Mark.
Oh, yes, you're right.
Four minutes to go.
Yeah, it was second down and 3, and he got exactly 3. So you're right. He got the first down. Under 4 minutes to play in the third quarter. And a wing left with an I formation. Spates in the tailback. Alonso shifts a little bit to a fullback spot, and they toss it left, and that's Spates to the wide side. Has plenty of room. Gets into the open field. First down. Now he's at the 20. Now he's at the 10, and it's a touchdown. Spates has a hat trick. His 3rd touchdown of the night. And the Mcallen Memorial Mustangs take the lead once more with 3:29 to play in the third.
And Mark, look for a possible 2-point conversion attempt, because as we know, the Mustangs missed on an extra point. So before we go to the highlight reel, on that fine run by Spates, they are going for 2. Look at some kind of pitch out for Spates.
Considering how well the running game has done, they might go for 2 from here on out. And Spates in the eye. Sanchez under center. This looks like the same play to the other side. They toss it to Spates. Goes inside, is in for the 2-point conversion. It looked like they may have had him there at the line of scrimmage, but he just forces his way in for 2, and Memorial has that point back. 42-35 they lead now, and you can see the ROTC from Mcallen Memorial. They do push-ups every time Memorial scores touchdowns.
I wonder if they're really happy that they're scoring, or is it a punishment for them that they have to?
Maybe they didn't expect they were going to score that much, but the ROTC is into it too.
Well, they don't even have a chance to take a break, because the Mustangs, they don't have problems scoring, and they better get ready. This one right here, Mark, on that pitch out, once again, a great decision to keep it within the hash marks, and he's just shifting left and right with ease, no problem for Trevor Spates. Not too many running backs in this district can make a run like that. So what a special running back that he is. And then on the two-pointer, it's pretty much he lowers his helmet and says, there's no way they can stop me. He keeps on running, and he basically walks in, making it look easy. It's not that easy, folks.
It is not. But for Mcallen Memorial and that big offensive line they have.
So it's time for Spates to give the baton to Cuellar. So it's going to be Cuellar's time because they're just alternating batons, you know, Mark?
It's like a track meet. Jesus Flores do the honors on the kickoff. This is going to be high and short, going to be fielded at the 30-yard line. And then falling down there is number 81, Chase Lopez. And so it'll be good field position there for the Wildcats.
Great decision by Lopez. Mark, you still have a pencil right there. It looks like as you're trying to get some of those stats that you just keep writing for those offenses.
It's unreal. My pencils are down to the nubs here. There you see an update in the fourth quarter. Panthers have come back a little bit, cut the lead in half. Bulldogs still up 26-13, 9:38 to play in that game. Here's a pass over the middle, and this is caught by Urbina. Breaks the tackle at the 40. He's off to the races. Down in Mustang territory at the 30, at the 20, and then upended at about the 13-yard line. And a huge play there on the first down there for the Weslaco Wildcats.
A surprise play. Anytime the Wildcats pass, it's a surprise play. But Rivas also showing his throwing arm. A fine run by Urbina. Excellent run by Urbina. And now it's Saul Cuellar time.
Yeah, that went for 60 yards to the Mustang 12-yard line. They give it to Cuellar, and he is upended at the 10. Gain of 2.
Did you say 2?
Just 2 for him.
That's
Looked
very,
like,
very rare for Saul Cuellar.
Lucas Rios there with a terrific tackle there on Cuellar. Cuellar, who has had a big night with 2 touchdowns.
What's the ball?
And here we go, Cuellar again, trying to get outside to the right. Turns the corner and gets in for the touchdown. Unbelievable, as it looked like they had him back there, and he just kind of waited, turned on the jets, I guess, a little bit, and gets in for the score. And now it's 42-41. 2:16 to go in the third quarter. And these two teams continue to trade punches like a heavyweight tilt. Extra point try by Jose Garcia. This can tie the game, and it does. So East 42, Memorial 42, 2:16 to play in the game. These teams have combined for 12 touchdowns. And here's number 12.
Pretty much this play has worked out nice. They're going to continue to run it until they stop it. And Cuellar on another easy score for him. So I don't know if you noticed, Mark, but then Cuellar already threw the baton over to Spates, and it's Spates' turn. It's just, you're looking at 2 first-team All-Districts running backs here tonight, and they'll probably join Ricky Rodriguez from Mac High, because Panthers have a couple of good runners, but they have too many running backs that not only one running back gets up there into the 1,000-yard mark, but 42-42. These offenses putting on an offensive clinic. If there's any coaches out there that are listening to us, make sure you come back and review this game if you want to pick up pointers on how to score, how to run, how to have a strong running game. Because it's just been amazing, and we keep thinking and we keep talking about the defenses, but I'm sure they're trying everything, Mark, and nothing's really working on the defensive side for both teams.
I know they're both scratching their heads trying to come up with something, but neither team able to stop the running attack of the other. And here's Trevor Spates on the kickoff return. Hit at the 10, breaks the tackle, goes to the 20, and then tripped from behind, just as it looked like he might turn that one into something big. He gets it out to the 26-yard line. 2:07 to go here in the third quarter. Well, Spates has 3 touchdowns of 54 yards, 5 yards, and 43 yards in this game. There's some amazing runs that we've seen here. Mustangs, by the way, I don't know if I mentioned this, they're already over 400 yards. They're 423 with 2 minutes to go here in the third. High backfield and 2 receivers left for Memorial. Sanchez hasn't thrown it much. 3 times in this game as he hands this one off to Alonso. And Alonso is going to be wrapped up by Urbina. Urbina's quite a two-way player, isn't he? Number 6 there for the Wildcats. And there you can see now it's getting a little closer as Mcallen Bulldogs were up 26-7 at one point. The Panthers have scored a couple of TDs, and it's 26-21 midway through the fourth quarter. That game at Bobby Lackey Stadium. Here are the Mustangs on 2nd and 5. Get it to Spates. Gets the first down at the 40. Yards outside, crossing midfield. Taking off down the sideline. One man trying to get him and misses. He stays in bounds. And Spates has an unbelievable run. Unbelievable. 69 yards. It's his 4th touchdown of the night. Just a Earl Campbell-esque type run there by Spates, who refused to be pushed out of bounds. And this man is just simply unstoppable.
And Mark, look for some kind of, at least a nomination for some kind of state award for this performance. And if he doesn't win the state award, that Ford award that they give out, I don't know who can get that award.
And then here's Almadas at the extra point. It's good. And Memorial 49, Weslaco East 42. And I think this might be the most thrilling touchdown of the night. 69 yards out. And just watch Spates do this. This is just exquisite work by a true artist.
And Mark, not only is he running, he's looking at the defenders to see what he has to do. And you saw something new that I haven't talked about. He used a stiff arm. Somebody has coached this kid very well, besides having the talent that he has. How many yards do you think he has so far, Mark?
Well, as a team, they're just 3 yards shy of 500 yards on the ground. And Spates is probably, I would guess, easily between 200 and 300 yards right now, as he has had touchdown runs of 54, 5, 43, and now 69 yards. The reason I said Earl Campbell-esque, some of our older viewers might remember one of the most historic plays in the history of Monday Night Football. And I think it was Earl Campbell's rookie year, or maybe his second year. It was against the Miami Dolphins, and Earl Campbell, then of the Houston Oilers, scored 5 touchdowns that night, including the 5th one that was just unreal from the length of the field, as we see a short kickoff fielded at the 30 and downed by Chase Lopez of the East Wildcats.
And Mark, I have just been informed that Trevor has 252 yards.
252. And last week, I think he was in the 260s against BSJA Memorial in that big win.
I mean, with those kind of yards, he might. I keep thinking he's a first-team All-District. Forget about All-District. For sure, All-Region, and possibly first-team or somewhere mentioned on an All-State team.
Yeah, I think a definite candidate for some All-State recognition. A lot of talent in the state of Texas, but Spates is something special. And here's Rivas, the quarterback, goes for 2.
Okay, Mark, I'm going to say that the Memorial defense is going to have a stop. I got to try to do something because we've been pretty rough on the defenses. So I'm going to try to see
give them some positive karma.
Give them some positive karma. I do know that I don't see Marriott in the game, and I don't know if he's on the sideline, but that's a big loss.
Yeah, we'll see if we can find out. 2nd down and 8 as they go to the right side. And crossing the 35 up to about the 36. It'll bring up 3rd and short. So
3rd and
chance
4
here for Memorial.
3rd and 4. Here's Memorial's shot. They had several opportunities in the first half on 3rd and 15. They weren't able to do it. So We're looking at a 3rd and 4, and they could run a play, or they can go ahead and let the clock run down. So here's an opportunity.
The East is 7 for 7 on 3rd down. 3rd down and 4. They go into the pistol. They hand it to Cuellar. Cuellar up near the 40 as the horn sounds to end the 3rd quarter of play. So this will be close. We'll see where they spot the football, but it looks initially like it's good enough for a 1st down. We've reached the end of 3, and it's just unreal. Memorial 49, Weslaco East 42. We'll be back for a thrilling 4th quarter in a moment. You're watching Football Night in Mcallen right here on Mcallen ITV. And indeed, Weslaco East did convert there on 3rd down. They're now an amazing 8 for 8 on 3rd.
That was very close. They gained it maybe by half a yard. So I was close to my call that we were finally going to get a stop, at least to 4th down.
By the way, these two teams have combined for 41 1st downs in this game. It's setting all kinds of records. As Reeves is going to throw this out into for Maldonado. That might be a live ball. Maldonado does the right thing and plays it.
The referee ruled a forward pass.
Okay, it was ruled a forward pass, so it's incomplete, but heads-up play there by Maldonado to assume the worst and go and fall on that football.
Mark, I want to ask you, have we had a 4th down?
We have not. We have not had a punt tonight.
No 4th down.
We have had one 4th down. That was Memorial's field goal.
Okay, the
field goal attempt that they had, but no punts by either team tonight.
Well, it's a 2nd and 10, and that's another an opportunity for the Mustangs.
Weslaco passing now 4 for 8 for 135 yards in this game. They go to Cuellar here, running left, and he's going to be pulled down by Rios, but not before he picks up the 1st down, just inside Memorial territory.
And although it was a tackle by Rios after a 10-yard gain, if he doesn't make that tackle, Saul Cuellar would have gone all the way.
12-yard pickup for the senior running back. East up to 355 yards on the ground, but they trail Memorial by about 150 in rushing yards. It's just been that kind of night. There we see Cuellar. Came into tonight as the 3rd leading rusher in the district. He's going to get a fake there as Rivas keeps it himself, takes a big hit, spins his way forward, brought down by Rios and Spates. And also in there on the stop is number 62, Osvaldo Calderon.
Once again, the faking ability of Rivas. They did have a chance to get him maybe for only a 3 or 4 yard gain, but Rivas is a tough runner, gain an additional 3 after contact. So that makes it a 2nd and 3rd, and 2nd and 3 yards to go.
They're in Mustang territory at the 41-yard line. They trail by 7. Here's Rivas keeping it again, hops over the line of scrimmage, and then is pulled down, but not before he picked up the 1st down. And they're on the tackle. Was that Rios again?
Rios again on the tackle. And it's good that he made that tackle, because if he doesn't, Rivas would have had some nice open field running. I don't know if the coaches talked to each other and just said, hey, how about tonight we just make the offenses look good? It's just been tough for the defensive coordinators and all the defensive coaches. Tough night for them.
This is the 8th play of the drive that started at the Weslaco 30. 1st and 10. Here's Cuellar trying to get outside to the left. Breaks the tackle at the 30 and still going at the 20. Cuts inside at the 10. And Cuellar in for the touchdown. It's touche for East as they score again to keep pace with Memorial. And Cuellar has his 4th score of the night. And this one his longest run of the evening. This one coming from 36 yards out.
Offensive line for the Wildcats. And Saul Cuellar.
And here's the extra point try. There's the hold by Arribas. Kick is up and it is good. And we're all tied up. Memorial 49, Weslaco East 49. Jose Garcia with the extra point try, and then here's Cuellar with a 36-yard run for his 4th touchdown of the night. Ties up this game 49-49.
What a nice cut, nice balance. Boy, from this game, Mark, you can get so many highlights. You can make a season of highlights only in this game.
You can, can't you? That drive, by the way, a highlight for East. 8 plays, 70 yards, took 3 minutes off the clock. 10:18 to go in the game. And we're all tied 49-49. There's some members of the Mustang defense, and they've had a heck of a night chasing down these guys like Cuellar and Rivas.
And they're not probably just physically tired, they're probably emotionally drained. I mean, I'm sure these kids are working hard, and the results don't show. And sometimes, Mark, coaches talk about that they match up with each other very good. And that's something that it's all about matchups, and in this matchup, those offenses are dominating the game.
You can see there the look of determination on the face of Derek Alegria. Those Mustangs know what's at stake here. Both teams coming in tonight tied for 3rd in the district. And here's the kickoff. This looks like it's fielded by one hand by Ozzy Salazar. It turns around at the 5. Now he's up to the 20, backs up, and goes forward again and surges up to about the 28. Nice little return there by the sophomore cornerback. Tackle made by Ricky Amadas of Weslaco East.
So what do we expect in this possession, Mark? Is there anything that...
More running.
Run.
And Memorial's next carry will probably take them over 500 yards rushing for the game, as you see the Mustang Brain Trust over there talking to the defensive players. They know if Memorial can probably score here and then get a stop and get the ball back to the offense, they can probably run out the clock. 10 minutes to go in this game as Sanchez, the quarterback, keeps it himself and surges across the 30 up to about the 33 to bring up 2nd and 5.
And somebody might be asking, why are they doing that? Why not Trevor Spates? But you got to do that as an offensive coordinator, just to keep the defense on their toes. The linebackers, gives them something to think about. They have to worry about Trevor Spates, of course, but also Alonso and Sanchez.
And now the officials blow the play dead before they snap the football. I don't see a flag out there.
Illegal participation defense, 5-yard penalty.
Illegal substitution on the defense.
5-yard markup.
That's not something the Mustangs need, but I'm sure they'll take it. That gives them a 1st down.
Yeah, just the 3rd penalty tonight on Weslaco, and there have been only 3 on Memorial. Been a very clean game in that regard. And also no turnovers by either team, although Memorial did recover an onside kick attempt.
Is that considered a turnover, or?
Nope, not a fumble, not an interception. But in essence, a turnover. Here's a handoff, fullback Alonso, big hole, has the 1st down, crosses into Weslaco East territory, across the 45, down to the 44-yard line. A pickup of 18 yards there for the fullback.
And this is a chess game between Coach Kaufman and Weslaco defensive coordinator. Kaufman knows that you got to key on Spates. So what does he do? He has a quarterback keeper, and now a quick handoff to Alonso.
Here's a toss to Spates on the left side. Is hit, bounces out like a pinball, and is still going. Now turns it on, fumbles the football. Weslaco East picks it up at the 22-yard line. And after about a 20-yard run there by Spates, the ball popped out, and Weslaco East has it. And there's our first turnover of the evening, officially. And we're tied at 49 with 9:01 to play. The replay again as we see Spates. Again, it looked like a situation where they had him. He turns it on. Good defensive play. I think that might have been Urbina who stripped the football. And then it's picked up by Amadas.
And now the defense is going to have to step it up for the Mustangs.
So here they run it to Cuellar along left side, has room. Still going and finally forced out of bounds after a big run. It takes him all the way into Mustang territory.
They are making it look easy, but it's all about the blocking by the Wildcat offense, and not only the linemen, the offensive linemen, but other running backs and tight ends. Is doing a fabulous job for Saul Cuellar.
Yeah, 29-yard pickup there for Cuellar, who himself is probably between 200 and 300 yards rushing in this game. He and Spates have combined for 8 of the 14 touchdowns scored tonight. Here's the Rivas, the quarterback, fights his way up to the 35, a gain of 5 on the play. Now something here for both teams to think about.
Right now. It's on time. Right now. Finish it. Finish on 3.
That's a good attitude by the defense. They're trying to motivate each other, not giving up. Positive thinking.
You can see they are determined. And I was going to say, you look at the clock right now as Cuellar takes this on a toss left, has the quarterback throwing to block, breaks the tackle at the 30, and another first down up to about the 22. Rios brings him down. 13-yard pickup and another first down.
Making it look easy. And that's what's happened all night as we take a look at the pitch out to the left. You keep waiting to see when somebody's going to make the tackle on him. And it just doesn't happen. It only happens after he gains 8 or 9 yards.
Yeah, I was going to say that Weslaco East might consider trying not to be so successful in order to run time off the clock and take the lead and not leave Memorial enough time. Here's Cuellar, and Cuellar fights his way up to about the 13, maybe the 12-yard line. But Weslaco East beginning to run out of real estate, and there's still plenty of time left, 7:40 to play.
And my hat's off goes to Coach Burgett. They came into this game on last week. They had an emotional 35-21 loss to the Panthers, their rivals, and no effects. That's a sign of good coaching. First-year coach Burgett
kept the team focused. Here they go tight end right. Rivas wants to keep it on 2nd and 1, and looks like he has enough for the first down, but not much more. And we're being told that over in Weslaco, where it's the Bulldogs and Panthers, there's about 1 minute and 14 seconds left. The Bulldogs still clinging to a 5-point lead, 26-21, and the Bulldogs with the football. So things looking good for the Bulldogs at the moment. Here's Weslaco East with a fresh set of downs. Toss it to Cuellar on the short side at the 10. Fights his way down the sideline. Carries a defender into the end zone. A touchdown.
How many is that, Mark?
That is 5 for Cuellar. Just an extraordinary night by 2 of the better running backs in the Valley. All of South Texas, really. Cuellar tonight and Spates for Memorial. And this an impressive run by Cuellar, because you know he has to be close to exhausted, and he carries a defender 3 yards into the end zone. Extra point try is up and good by Jose Garcia. And Weslaco East has their biggest lead of the night at 56-49 as we take a look at this replay. You see Cuellar hit at about the 3 and still able to just barely fight his way into the end zone for the touchdown. An 11-yard run there, and his 5th of the night, as we said. We'll take another look at the replay and see if his knee might possibly have gone down just before the ball crossed the goal line here. He's hit there at about the 3, and hard to see the knee with the defender in the way there. There's the knee down, but we can't really see where the ball is. He is extending his hands forward.
And you know, Mark, we know Trevor Spates is the player that he is, but this kid Cuellar has been amazing. Maybe he's motivated because he's going up, and that happens sometimes when you go out against a good player that has all this raves about, but Cuellar already has 325 yards on about 32 carries, so look for Cuellar maybe possibly being the player of the week in the state of Texas.
have co-players of the week. These two have combined for 9 touchdowns tonight. Kickoff fielded at the 10. That's Orly Salazar, who gets it up out to the 24-yard line. And it's not all doom and gloom here for Memorial. They are just down a touchdown with 6:44 to play in the game. Still plenty of time. They have all 3 of their timeouts. And, of course, they have the finest running game in the Valley. We see a final now from Weslaco's Bobby Lackey Stadium. The Bulldogs have beaten the Panthers 26-21. The Bulldogs stay undefeated on the year at 8-0 overall, 6-0 in the district. And Panthers take their first district loss and their second loss overall. They're 6-2. So those teams are first and second place now, and the winner of this game will be in third as Alonso fights his way up and has a first down.
15 yards. And Mark, the Mustangs are just also at will running. The Wildcat defense has not stopped them at all. So if this continues, we might be looking at a possible overtime.
And here is Spates now, darting inside, then darts outside, and then dives his way up to about midfield, and he has a first down. So that'll stop the clock at 6:23 while they move the chains. And what did you say Spates was at? He's 300 plus right now?
No, we have Luke, what's his name? So Luke way out at 325. Spates is probably in the neighborhood of 270. They might not want to score too quick because you don't want to give it back to Saul. He'll end up with 400 yards.
Yep, that's something to consider as Spates takes this up to about the 49 before he's brought down by the linebacker, Rolando Rodriguez.
And I don't know if there's a record anywhere out there for combined yardage by 2 running backs. When you combine their totals, you're going to have in the neighborhood of 700 yards.
Yeah, certainly, 600, 700.
Maybe
One of them is over
7.
300, one's just under 300, so yeah, right at about 600 right now. There's still plenty of time to go, and perhaps overtime looming as Spates is held here to a short gain, and this is going to bring up a third down and relatively long here as he was brought down by Ramiro Mendoza.
And it's definitely because the defense for the Mustangs cannot stop the Wildcats. Coach Bill Littleton must be thinking at this time with the 3rd and 7 is at a 2-down territory, and rare back-to-back stops on Trevor Spates.
Big third down here, 3rd and 7 with 5:04 to play. Mustangs 1 for 2 on 3rd down tonight. Split backfield. Sanchez wants to keep it, trying to go left, and then fights his way forward. I think he's going to be a bit short. But they, like you said, Mario, they just might go for it on 4th down. Tackle by Christian Cardenas, the defensive lineman.
And it's going to be a 4th and about 2. The Mustangs, they're definitely going to have to go for it. 4th and 2. Here's that one stop we were looking for, Mark. And now the Wildcats have that opportunity for that one stop.
That's what we talked about. It may come down to just making that one key stop, but 4th and 2 here for the Mustangs. Wide side of the field is to the right. They've got a full house backfield, a power I left really behind Sanchez, and now Memorial decides to call timeout.
Timeout, Mustangs.
This is probably the biggest play of the game to this point.
It's the biggest play, but I think also Coach Kaufman noticed something that he didn't like, and that would be something to ask him after the game, but they set up in a formation that didn't look like the typical formation they had been setting up the whole game. So I think Coach Kaufman noticed something he didn't like, and it's too big of a down with a 4th and 2. And the fact that the defense is having trouble stopping the Wildcats, you don't want to give the ball back to them.
And here's some good natural sound there coming from the Mustangs sideline. Mustangs first timeout. 4:14 to play here in the 4th quarter. No team has led by more than 7 as they've combined for 15 touchdowns. It's East 56, Memorial 49. The Memorial facing a 4th down and 2 at the Wildcat 42-yard line. They've got a kind of a power I right, a power I left really. Weslaco East with 9 players in the box. They hand this off to the short man, has the first down. And that was Alonso, I believe. Yes, Alonso goes for the first down. Boy, that looked a little scary there for just a moment as you see Alonso hesitate, as there wasn't really a hole there, but Alonso made something happen. Got a burst up for 8 yards and a first down.
And Coach Kaufman calling this play. Not afraid to be being criticized, saying, why did you give it to Alonso when you have Trevor Spates?
Toss right to Spates here. He's got the quarterback lead block and gets his way up inside the 30-yard line to about the 28.
And on that play also, Alonso not only proving he's a good runner, he was out there leading the charge on putting on a good block. And Trevor Spates running hard.
I think Teddy Garcia, the left guard, throwing a good block in there on that play too, as he picks up 6. 3.5 minutes to play now in the game. 2nd down and 4. I'm going to ask you something after this play, Mario. They have a wing left. Sanchez wants to keep it, runs forward across the 25 to about the 24-yard line.
Mark, I think you and I are thinking the same, that if the Mustangs score, would they go for 2 and just say forget about this?
That's exactly what I was going to ask you. Yes, we are. I guess we have our brains are in tune here. But yes, if the Mustangs score, do they go for 2 and essentially the win? Or do they take their chances in overtime for the 2nd straight week? They won in overtime last week against Nicky Rowe.
It'd just be a tough call. It's just a tough call because they're in for a measurement. What do you do, Mark? Do you take that risk? And it's a short. Nice camera work. Looked like.
Yeah, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Mustangs haven't done well on 3rd down. They're just 1 for 3 tonight. But 3rd and less than a yard.
But a 3rd and 1 gives Coach Kaufman all the options. He can have a quarterback keeper. You got a big quarterback. Alonso has been doing well on short gains. And of course, with Trevor Spates, you can expect big things to happen.
Mustangs at 571 yards on the ground here tonight. Here now on 3rd and 1. 5 down linemen for Weslaco East. Sanchez will keep it, surges forward. Appears to have the first down, not much more. Got the 23, possibly the 22.
And that's probably the safest call because you don't have a handoff. You don't have that exchange in the football. So you take the safest call, the quarterback keeper. And it's a 1st and 10 at the Mustang 23-yard line with 2 minutes and 35 seconds to go. I wonder if Coach Kaufman is thinking of, let's try to get a couple of yards here and there and run out the clock.
Yeah, clock now becoming a factor. 2:24 on the clock. It's moving. Here's Alonso at the 20. Has a hole. Cuts inside 15. Stays on his feet at the 10. Still pulling a defender all the way to the 2-yard line. A terrific 21-yard run there by the fullback Alonso as he just dragged a couple of defenders with him the last 5 yards. Clock stopped momentarily as they move the chains with 2:15 to play here in the game.
A highlight reel run by Alonso. He was hit 2 times and finally brought down the 3rd time, but what a great run by Joel Alonso. 1st and goal at the 2 for the Mustangs.
Here they go. They're going to go with a power eye left. They've got a receiver split wide to the left. 10 men in the box there for Weslaco East. They toss this to Spates, left side, darts his way in and out, and in for the touchdown. A 2-yard run there for Trevor Spates, and he's got number 5 on the night.
It does look like the Mustangs are going to kick the extra point. Play it safe. Try to get this game into overtime.
It would be a nightmare to go for 2 and not get it.
Absolutely.
This is no guarantee. The Mustangs did miss an extra point earlier. Here's the kick by Amadas, a line drive. It's high enough, and it's good.
Ooh.
Goes over the crossbar. It wasn't pretty, but it was good.
Oh.
And we're all tied, 56-56. With minute 48 to go, and here's Spates. Is probably his shortest run of the night, but it's a dandy. It's his 5th touchdown this evening.
I want to look at the field goal. That was...
Spates came in with 15 touchdowns this season, so he's at 20 touchdowns right now in this just the 8th game for Memorial. And these two teams have combined for 16 touchdowns, 56-56. As we're going to take another look at that extra point, you can see A little bit of a high snap, and there Almatis' extra point. Kind of a line drive, but plenty long enough, and just barely high enough.
And Mark, we've been talking all night, and they certainly deserve it. Cuellar with 325 yards and a ton of touchdowns. Spates with 289 yards, almost 300 yards and a ton of touchdowns. But how about Joel Alonso? 210 yards himself.
Oh my goodness. It's not often you rush for 210 yards and 2 touchdowns and you kind of get overlooked because everyone else is doing so great. But Alonso, yeah, he's had a heck of a night. And how often do you have 2 running backs get over 200 yards in a game too?
We got 3 here. I don't know if Coach Littleton's going to play it safe here because he's already had 2 onside kicks and almost got both of them. Managed to get 1.
And they are doing an onside kick, and Urbina falls on it, has it at the 46-yard line. I'm kind of curious about that. I would think you kick it deep and hope that the other team can't get it down the field in time. But Weslaco recovers the ball with 1:46 to go, and they're at their own 46.
I certainly would like for that Wildcat offense to cooperate. I mean, why should we end this game at 56-56? Let's go ahead and go into a couple of overtimes, Mark.
Well, let's see if it happens. Cuellar on a toss left here on first down. The Mustangs there. There's Spates. Good tackle there for him, and also the defensive tackle, Henry Falcon, getting in there.
Great work by Spates. The 2nd and 7, Mark, is actually a good play for the defense for the Mustangs.
And here they go with Cuellar again on 2nd down and 7. Hit, spins, still standing somehow, and then falls forward as the Mustangs are able to hang on to him. And it looked like Juan Dominguez finally getting him down to the ground. And that brings up a 3rd down now. The clock is running at 1:05. Weslaco East does have all 3 of their timeouts in their pocket, and they're facing a 3rd down and 3. They are 8 for 8 on 3rd down here tonight. And here's Cuellar on 3rd down. Hit at the line of scrimmage, goes forward, and I think he has enough for the 1st down. He was hit by Spates and then still had enough momentum to surge forward and pick up that 1st down.
What a workhorse. What a workhorse, this Cuellar kid. He's put on a tremendous display tonight.
That picked up 3 yards on 3rd and 3. And here they go. This is Cuellar again. Cuellar, who must be exhausted. 5 touchdowns tonight and over 300 yards rushing.
I was just going to say the same thing, but Mark, as soon as he gets tackled, he gets up real quickly.
Timeout called by Weslaco East. That's their first. 40 seconds left here in regulation. We're tied 56-56. Weslaco East has a 2nd down and 4 at the Memorial 37-yard line.
And Mark, in our pregame, we talked about the keys to the game, the ground game. The ground game obviously has been here. We talked about the defense making a play here or there. Pretty much not here. Defenses haven't been able to make the plays. And the special teams has evened out. We maybe should have put that the last team that would end up with the ball would win the game here. And it could go down to that with 40.3 seconds to go in this game.
Yeah, just 40 seconds, and East has 2 timeouts, facing a 2nd and 4. Now, mind you, East has had some success through the air tonight. They are 4 for 7 for 135 yards. So they can't throw the ball, and Rivas looks like he wants to throw now. Throws it over the left side, a throwback pass caught by Urbina at the 30. He's got a lot of space. He's at the 10, and he's in for the touchdown. With 30 seconds left, East has taken the lead, 62-56, off a terrific pass there by Rivas to Urbina.
And what a call that probably nobody expected. And why should you when you have a running back that has close to 350 yards rushing? Urbina was all by himself.
Yeah, Rivas rolled out to his right, did a throwback pass to the left. Urbina was wide open and then used his speed down the left sideline to get in for the score. Extra point up and good by Jose Garcia. And Weslaco East now leads it 63-56. There's 30 seconds left. We take another look at this replay here. You see Urbina wide open.
What an excellent call. Coach Burgett. I looked over there on the sideline. Wildcat coach, he was jumping up and down, all excited. And for a first-year coach, what an excellent call by his offensive coordinator.
So the Mustangs with 2 timeouts. They have 30 seconds to tie up this game. They trail 63-56. And mind you, Memorial passing is not their forte. They came into tonight averaging about 50 yards a game passing. Tonight's not going to help their average. They are 0 for 3 passing. They have 0 yards passing in this game. And they need a lot of yards in a very short amount of time. Their running game has been flawless. 595 yards rushing. But you're at a point now where the rushing game starts to work against you. So we see Spates there back to hopefully receive the kickoff.
And Mark, how the tables have turned where the Mustangs scored over 60 points in the last 3 games, and now they scored 60 points on them.
And Memorial with 3 of the last 4 games with 56 or more points. Their offense has just been sensational. Here's a long kickoff there, fielded inside the end zone, and Salazar's going to run this out from 1 yard deep, and he has some room up the middle and gets it up close to the 30-yard line. They lose 6 seconds and 24 seconds left to see if they can work some magic here from 70 yards away. I'm wondering if I know that was kind of right on the edge of the goal line there, but might have been a little better off taking the touchback. You save some time and you get it right out at the 25.
Well, look for DJ Johnson. He is a big target.
And they did win the game against Nicky Rowe with a pass to Johnson in overtime. They had a pass earlier tonight to Johnson where he was wide open, but they were unable to connect. And now East wants to use their second timeout. 24.5 seconds left in the game, and it's East 63, Memorial 56. These teams have combined for 17 touchdowns. Saul Cuellar of Weslaco East with 5 touchdowns tonight and over 300 yards on the ground.
Most definitely the player of the game.
And then Spates, Trevor Spates for Memorial, he's had close to 300 yards. I think our last count he was just under 300, and he's had 5 touchdowns. 3 of those touchdown runs over 40 yards.
And think about that, he's been fantastic too, but you know, you just got to give it to Saul Cuellar. He just came in here. He seemed like, I wish I could interview him after the game and ask him if he was motivated. He coming into this game, he knows he's third in rushing. And he knows that Trevor Spates is first in rushing. So that might have been a little motivation.
Yeah, but they were about, even though they were close in terms of those standings, Spates was about 600 yards ahead of him. He's just far and away kind of lapping the field in that rushing race. So we see DJ Johnson, the big sophomore, is going to be split out wide to the left side. And here are the Mustangs. They're going to hand it to Spates. It's a flea flicker. Back to Sanchez. Wants to throw deep. There's a man down there, Johnson, and it's overthrown. He was covered. Maldonado was back there with Johnson, but Johnson, you would think, could probably have outleapt him for the ball, but the ball just a bit overthrown.
And a good try, flea flicker.
Sees Johnson and Maldonado, and also coming into the play, number 5, Darren Rivas. So second down and 10, 18 seconds left. Mustangs at their own 30-yard line, 70 yards away from tying up the game and forcing overtime. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Sanchez back to throw. Has time, rolling to his right. Can't find anyone. Now throws it long down the sideline, intended for Spates. It's overthrown and incomplete. It'll bring up third down and 11 seconds to play. So it's now 63-56. East has led only one other time in the game. Well, they led by a point, 35-34. They took a 56-49 lead. Memorial came back and tied it at 56, and then East with a 37-yard pass to Urbina, took the lead with 40 seconds to play and lead it 63-56. Or took the lead with 30 seconds to play. But the game not over. 11 seconds to go. Now you have to be careful because a long play completed inbounds. You're going to have to get down there and clock it very fast. Sanchez wants to throw. Rolling to his right. He's going to do a throwback pass back toward the middle of the field. It's tipped again, and now caught by Spates. Spates is there, and the clock is at 0. He hands it off to one of his teammates, Edward Pequeño. And now another fumble as the ball goes out of bounds and the game is over. Memorial just trying to keep the ball alive there, knowing that the clock had come down to 0. And a valiant effort by the Mustangs and a terrific effort by Weslaco East, who hung in there with them. And this slugfest is finally over as Weslaco East ekes out a win, 63-56, in one of the highest scoring games in recent memory. East improves to 4-2 in the district race. Memorial still alive in the hunt at 3-3. So we take another look at that last play. Sanchez back to throw, really had nowhere to go, but knew he had to make something happen through a desperation pass there that you're going to see get tipped about 4 times. And finally caught by Spates, which is probably the man you want to have the football in this situation. And they got, it looked like Aseo Garza, the last man to kind of handle the football there near the sideline. The ball, either Garza was tackled or the ball pushed out of bounds. Either way, that was the last play and the game over. And boy, probably the most entertaining game here in the Valley this season.
At the right time, and you and I have always said that when two Mcallen ISD schools play each other, throw out the records because anything can happen.
Well, this game is over, and the two teams combining for an incredible 1,043 yards on the ground, 595 for Memorial, 448 for Weslaco East. For the East Wildcats, you had Cuellar with 5 touchdowns, Rivas with 2, Maldonado with 1, and then Urbina with 1 that proved to be the game winner. And then for Memorial, Spates, an unbelievable night of nearly 300 yards, 5 touchdowns, including runs of 43, 54, and 69 yards. The quarterback Sanchez had a long run for a touchdown. Alonso, the fullback, 2 touchdowns. Spates also a 2-point conversion in there, and Almadas with 6 extra points in this game. But the Mustangs do come up short, although brilliant, entertaining game it was. 63-56 our final. Congratulations to Weslaco East. We'll see you next time, and it'll be the Mustangs and the Bulldogs right here on Football Night in Mcallen. Good night.